The moon isn't a sphere, it's shaped like an egg. There's a gigantic red spinning storm on Jupiter. The sun's surface is colder than its atmosphere. Let's figure out what other surprises space has for us. Space isn't supposed to be black. There are stars everywhere. Shouldn't they light up everything around? You don't see stars wherever you look because some of them haven't existed long enough for their light to reach Earth. At first sight, the moon seems to be as large as the sun, but it's just an illusion. The star is 400 times bigger than the Earth's satellite. It's also 400 times farther from us than the moon. That's why these space bodies look as if they're of the same size. Saturn has a moon called Pan, and it looks like a ravioli. It's only 20 miles across and works as a shepherd to the matter that makes up Saturn's rings. The moon clears an empty space between the rings, known as the Encke gap, and keeps it free from ring particles. All of the planets of the solar system would fit between Earth and the moon with some space to spare. There are huge temperature fluctuations on the moon. Close to the satellite's equator, the temperature rises from minus 279 degrees at night to 260 degrees in the afternoon. The highest mountain in the solar system is Olympus Mons on Mars. It's 3 times as high as Mount Everest, the Earth's highest mountain above sea level. If you were standing on top of Olympus Mons, you wouldn't understand you were standing on a mountain. Its slopes would be hidden by the planet's curvature. The moon's gravity is only 17% of the Earth's. If your weight was 100 pounds on our home planet, you'd only weigh 17 pounds on the moon. You would be able to walk a distance 6 times longer and carry a weight 6 times heavier there. Or just hire somebody from NASA to carry it for you. Though it's easier to walk on the moon, it's more dangerous too. An astronaut's foot in a heavy spacesuit sinks into the moon's ground up to 6 inches deep. Long-distance jumps are uncontrolled and dangerous because the moon's surface is full of deep craters. One of the things Jupiter's famous for is the Great Red Spot, a giant spinning storm. This phenomenon used to be so gigantic that it could fit 2 or even 3 Earths. But the spot is shrinking. Right now, it wouldn't fit more than 1 Earth. If 2 pieces of the same kind of metal touch in space, they bond and get permanently stuck together. It doesn't happen on Earth thanks to water and air that keep pieces separate. The moon is not an ideal sphere. It's shaped more like an egg because of the Earth's gravity. The base of the egg shape points toward our planet. Normal visible matter, for example planets and stars, make up just 5% of the universe. The rest consists of invisible dark energy, that's 68%, and dark matter, about 27%. It leaves us with 95% of space we know nothing about. The mysterious Kuiper Belt lies behind the orbit of Neptune. It's filled with massive icy objects. The most curious thing about this phenomenon is its movement pattern. The only explanation astronomers have, Neptune is hiding a ginormous planet. This hypothetical planet has already got the name Planet 9. All we have to do is wait until its existence is confirmed, or not. The largest canyon in the solar system is Valles Marineris on Mars. Almost sounds like a pasta dish, doesn't it? It's more than 10 times larger than the Earth's Grand Canyon. Some astronomers believe that the canyon appeared billions of years ago when the planet was cooling down. The most productive scientific instrument ever created is the Hubble Space Telescope. It's been in operation for almost 30 years. It's also helped astronomers publish more than 15,000 scientific papers. The planet Uranus rotates on its side. Scientists have no idea why the planet has such an unusual position. The reason might be an ancient mega-powerful collision, but it's just a theory. By the way, Uranus is the only planet laying on its side. In 2016, a telescope picked up radio waves from a dwarf galaxy 3 billion light-years away from us. When the signal started their journey, the very first forms of life were just appearing on Earth. Cryovolcanoes on Pluto, sometimes informally called ice volcanoes, spit out ice, or rather a melted mixture of water ice and frozen ammonia, nitrogen, and methane. Not a great recipe for a slushie. When astronauts are in space, they often see random flashes of light. Those are not hallucinations. Cosmic rays create such an effect while hitting the optic nerve. You don't see similar flashes here on Earth because the magnetosphere doesn't let cosmic rays reach your eyes. The International Space Station orbits our planet at a very high speed. It only takes 92 minutes to make a full orbit. That's why astronauts see a sunrise and a sunset every 45 minutes, which totals 15 to 16 sunsets and sunrises a day. Decades ago, astronomers believed Mercury didn't rotate around its axis. They supposed the same side of the planet always faced the Sun. It wasn't until 1965 when they discovered that the planet does actually rotate, but at a snail's pace. One rotation takes 57 Earth days. Scientists believe that diamonds, as big as jewels, rain down on Saturn and Jupiter. Lightning storms turn methane, abundant in the planet's atmospheres, into soot. It hardens into chunks of graphite and then diamonds that fall from the sky. Our Sun is insanely massive. Want proof? 99.86% of all the mass in the solar system is the mass of the Sun, in particular the hydrogen and helium it's made of. The remaining 0.14% is mostly the mass of the solar system's 8 planets. The Sun's atmosphere is hotter than the surface of the star. The surface temperature reaches 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, but the upper atmosphere heats up to millions of degrees. Venus is a champ when it comes to volcanoes. The planet has about 1,600 major ones, but none of them is known to erupt. The ocean on Jupiter is larger than any other in the solar system, but unlike Earth's oceans, it's made not of water, but of metallic hydrogen. The ocean's depth is a mind-blowing 25,000 miles. That's almost the same as the distance around Earth. With an average diameter of 2,160 miles, the Moon is the 5th largest satellite in the solar system after Jupiter's satellites Ganymede, Callisto, and Io, and Saturn's Titan. There's a supermassive black hole 250 million light-years away from us. It hums the deepest sound ever detected from any object in the universe. It's 57 octaves lower than the middle C on your piano. That's 1 quadrillion, which is 1 with 15 zeros, times deeper than what we can hear. The Milky Way Galaxy and the Andromeda Galaxy are going to meet in 3.75 billion years. They're moving towards each other at a breakneck speed. When the two galaxies collide, they'll form a huge elliptical galaxy. I won't be around then. Mercury is a few billion years old. In 2016, scientists discovered some abnormalities on the planet's surface, showing that it's getting smaller. After more research, they found out that Mercury hadn't finished cooling down yet. Astronauts in space can lose about 1% of their muscle mass each month. To prevent this, they have to stick to an exercise regimen that lasts 2 hours every single day. There are tens of thousands of black holes at the center of our home Milky Way Galaxy. Hundreds of them are paired with a star, and nearly 10,000 are isolated ones. Black holes are impossible to spot because light can't escape from them. Astronomers can only track them down with the help of X-rays or by estimating their gravitational pull. Moon rocks have a super slow erosion rate, 0.04 inches every 1 million years. That's why the Apollo astronauts' footprints left on the Moon are likely to stay there for 10 to 100 million years. A neutron star gets born after a supernova collapses. After birth, it rotates extremely fast, about 60 times per second. But this rate can sometimes grow up to 600 times per second. Neutron stars are also incredibly dense. A piece of the star no bigger than a matchbox will weigh 3 billion tons. But the larger a neutron star is, the less dense it becomes. Hey, if you learned something new today, then give the video a like and share it with a friend. And here are some other cool videos I think you'll enjoy. Just click to the left or right And remember, stay on the bright side of life.